Welcome to Talking Manchester with me, Jay, and it has been another week, another drama, and I would like to get Cousin Roy in as early as I can to share. Let's talk about this drama, lah. Huh? Cousin Roy, welcome to the show.
You
How
want to
is
see
your
a,
week?
you want to see a man who's totally unprepared? Look at Jay now.
I
Absolutely
I was stuck in
unprepared.
a 1 hour jam
What we do
coming
one
in.
show a week, but he's got the excuses to last you for a year. We do one show a week. It's just an hour. This is a man who forgot what we spoke about last week. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a clap. Give him a big clap, ladies and gentlemen, for being prepared. There we go. Great job, bro. Great job. Way to get out of your comfort zone.
Actually, I wanted to ask, how is your week?
Yeah,
We want to
sure.
start with the chat first.
Right,
How
right.
is
Because
your
this show
week?
is Cousin
Because
Roy's
this week
weekend.
has been a horrible week, another horrible week for us, Manchester United fans. And I don't want to be sitting here alone, grumbling. So I want to ask, how is your week? How was it like? I'm going
Right.
through a week
I
with the
mean,
midweek nonsense that we saw at Bayern Munich. How was your week?
guys, welcome to
How
Cousin
was your
Roy's
week?
weekend. So, Cousin Roy's weekend, since today is Friday, was Monday to Friday. So, I guess I was working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how the week was. Dude, you fucked up big time, dude. Seriously, you fucked up big time. I always told him, be prepared, take down notes, get ready. You're the host. Zero. He said, yeah, I'm going to do this shot. And then he brought me in after 5 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, man? How's everybody doing? We had a crazy week of news, starting with one of the things that actually broke up really, that I think that I could say was this week's news of the week, which is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's interview with the Athletic. Now, that is what took up my week. It
But
was
what about the
after
bust up
two
first, man?
years.
What about the
After
bust
two
up first,
years,
man?
man, I
Yep.
want to talk about Oli.
Mm.
After 2 years, finally, this man has come out and he wants to talk about what happened in the club. Now, that's the biggest news of the week that's come out this weekend, because everything else that's come out has just been players injured, this fella not ready. We lost another match against Bayern, which we'll get into, really quickly. But but look at this, man. 2 years, the guy didn't say a word. Okay, he kept quiet. He was looking after his family. He tried to find another job. Now, in this interview, he has said many things. Now, one of the things that came up was some players didn't want to be captains, number one. Number two, some of the guys who came and when they started losing, their egos started showing, which means they didn't listen to him. Not only Ronaldo, that's what we need to talk about today. Number three, buying Ronaldo, he said felt good, but then it was a mistake because I think probably his ego came into place, and him defending players like Harry Maguire. So these are some of the telling things. Now, what I thought was where I felt in that interview and from what he said that he made a mistake is him not taking players that were not playing well and putting the others in. You see, he said, "But no, Harry is still a good player. He always served us well. When we needed him, when at the time when he came into the club were playing very poorly. So he came in and tightened the defense up. Good,
Stabilize the defense. He raised the level of defense.
correct. So
Hmm.
when it came time for him to when he was playing badly, he decided to defend him. But Oli said what I also said in the previous show. It seemed like the downfall started to happen after the Leicester game, and he said we started pretty decent, and then we had a run of games that were tough, and that's where everything went to shit. But I'm reading and thinking, my guy, you should have changed it up. You should have changed it up a lot back then. He said once they started losing, the ego started coming out. People started coming and saying, "Oh, this guy shit. I don't want to play. Why he picked that fella instead of that fella?" And until the point, he even went and said when they were down 2-0 against Brentford or Brighton, he came in and said, "Hey, this could probably be my last game." I'm just thinking, what the hell happened, man?
Watford.
That's Watford. That sounds like
Mhm.
a complete loss of the dressing room. If
Mhm.
that was the build-up, man, I'm putting it on squarely on the management of the club, who should have nipped that thing right in the fucking butt in the beginning. That's something I read. That's something I took from the Athletic report. It seemed like this guy had been losing the dressing room for a while because he had not been making the right choices. And instead of making the right choices and changing it up, he decided to stick to his guns because he wanted to be loyal. And when they lost 4 games, 5 games in a row, or something like that, things didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So that I always used to feel bad for Oli because I thought that hey, when he comes, he's a players coach. He would be the guy who would actually, understand where the player is coming from and be, siding them more, which he did. but he did it too much. He did
I
it
mean,
too much.
he's still defending some of them right now. Also, I mean, in his interview, if you look
Mm-hmm.
at it, right, he said, "No,
Mm-hmm.
it's a dream job. It's difficult, but you're dealing with humans with all their problems and background. Isn't a computer simulation." So you see, he's still not naming names. I mean, he's praising like Maguire and Bruno, but those players that's bad, he don't name the names. He just keep it,
Yeah, yeah.
anonymous.
I think like apart from defending Maguire, which I thought was maybe something he needed to do because I don't think any of these players or these coaches are the type who throw anybody under the bus. Even Ten Hag also is not really throwing him under the bus. So I'm okay with that. But I agree, it would be nice for him to reveal all
Mm-hmm.
who were the ones he gave the captaincy to who said don't want. What the hell's going on, man? Man, I give you the captaincy and then you say don't want. Is that why
Mm-hmm.
he ended up on Harry Maguire? Did he try to give it to somebody else? Did he try, hey, can you be the captain at this game? They said no, I don't want to. Like, what the hell happened, man? I'm so shocked. It's like a lot of questions, following that interview.
And what was telling also is player issue. He said now a lot of players aren't like that. Agents and family members get into their heads and tell them that they are better than they are because they have a vested interest and blah blah blah. And it's a disease. And I think the last 2 weeks we have seen a lot of this happening. Don't you think so? Like Maguire's mother coming out to support him. Then after that, this fella's brother come out and talk about this and that, and all these fellas start to come in, and he pointed out. I think this is spot on. A nail on the head over here. That this is something that is happening, and it is something that we need to be tackling.
I think this far the player thing has been happening in our club since the Glazers took over. So I'm not really surprised about that. It's not something that just happened last year, but you kind of see some of the remnants of that still being here right now. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, the only ones that have been here from the previous regime that don't seem to be wanting to, step up for the club, seem to be the guys like, Scott McTominay now, Maguire, not really going all out, trying to preserve their body in a way. I feel that Jadon Sancho shouldn't be there even until now. We're being too soft with him. Club is just trying to sometimes maintain their assets instead of looking at a footballing decision. Like the moment that tweet came out, I should immediately say Sancho is out of the club. He's training solo until he apologized. Should have put it out like that. But then now there are a lot of stories that are coming out saying that the players are not really happy with how Eric Ten Hag is handling the club. So there could be factions in there. So the factions are like this. The factions are the ones who are not playing and the ones who are playing. So the ones who are playing the first starting 11 probably have nailed down their spot. The ones who are not playing thinking why these first 11 is like shit and they want to play. So now that's happening. I want to break it down. If I really put a 2 cents into it, I pinpoint who's doing it. I'm saying again, like what I said before, it's the English players versus the foreign players because of this. Eric Ten Hag is a Dutchman. He came in, he brought his boy Anthony. Anthony came in for 85 minutes, the number one guy. And number one guy always plays, and he's been playing all the time. He gets all the criticism because he hasn't scored a goal in a long time. But at the same time, he's like he's the coach's trusted player, most trusted player. Now, Sancho is saying he's a scapegoat, which means he's not being played while Anthony's playing while he's not performing. Secondly, he brought in defenders like Martinez. He brought in players, resurrected the careers again, like, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He brought in Ericsson. He brought in Casemiro. Not one of them are English. Not one of them are English. They're all foreign players. So now he's taking charge of this team. Most of the starting players are the foreign players, except for the few. And who are the few? You can name one hand. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Marcus Rashford,
Luke Shaw.
and Luke Shaw. That's it, 3.
Mhm.
It's very little. So now with this league starting to come up again, try to put that player power down, then I'm starting to get worried because it seems like the remnants from back then is happening back again now when Eric Ten Hag is here. Granted, he's only been here 12 months, including the 2 months here that we've just had football. So 14 months only he's been here, granted. But I'm very sad to see this thing not being nipped in the bud after so long. Why? Why is it happening? It's fucking crazy, man. So all this thing ties in with what's happening here now.
But do you think the senior management actually have a role to play in all these things?
I think so. I think the problem here is that apart from him not getting who he wanted and these clowns not being able to get them who he wanted, they are telling him, look, if you can't get this guy, give me your second and your third choice. In reality, he's probably all the players that come in now have been his fourth or fifth choice. None of it has been his first choice. So I believe it's them. I believe he
Add-
would have gone and said.
Added to it, right? I mean, Oli was saying that they actually kept him to have three big players that he signed in the transfer window,
So
and
it was, yeah, he said you can only
mm,
get three, which is an
mm.
okay number, I thought. I
but
said they're telling you can only have three big signings, but for a club like Manchester United that needed a lot of changes, who influenced that three? Was
exactly.
the club influencing the three or was it 100% Oli? Oli said he wanted Maguire. He said it outright. He said, I wanted Maguire. Most all the Sancho and stuff been chasing him for a few years. Fine. But look at that.
In fact, actually, if you look at it, his list of players, he actually signed 14 players.
Mm,
And he started off with Bisaka, Daniel
mm,
James. I just read out Harry Maguire. And then after that, that was the first window. And then after that, Bruno came in January. Bruno and Ighalo came in January. And then the whole COVID pandemic happened. Then after that, the next window was Donny van de Beek, Cavani, Telles, the last three. Then the January was Diallo. Then after that was Heaton, Sancho, Varane, and Ronaldo was his last one.
mm.
So if you
So
look
what does
at
that
it, right,
mean? Mm.
it doesn't, as much as we can see, there's a few star players there, but it is not players that, it looks like a patchwork type of players. It doesn't feel like the players that can fit into a system at the moment.
What are you saying? They're saying what's the issue with the three here? Is it too little, too much? What's the thing here I'm going to be talking about?
You see, when you say three big players, right, do you think that Daniel James is a big player?
No, no, fuck no. Daniel
Right.
James.
You see, one Bissaka, Daniel James, Maguire. That was the first three that he brought in. One Bissaka, understandable because we needed a right back and he was performing, but he wasn't exactly a big player. He just started for one season, one full season as a
No,
professional.
I think what you
So,
mean by big players, if you had three large signings that you needed to do, you
mhm,
could do those three large signings. I think that's what he meant.
mhm.
I'm okay with that. Like I mean, you if only need six big signings to win, I mean, fuck him, he's useless. Come on, man. If you give you
But
three big signings a year and you
mhm,
cannot work, you can't work it out, then it's on you also, lah. I think
mhm.
that's what I meant.
All right. Okay, so let's look at the bus stop now. Look at the bus stop. What do you think? Do you think is very significant? I mean, is there any changes you see? Because after the Brighton game, there was a bust up apparently within Bruno and McTominay, and then Lindelof and Martinez. But
Mm.
is there anything that we see any changes after the Bayern game?
It's like
I don't know. I don't
I
see
think first
anything.
and foremost the bus up is good. It's
Mhm.
good that they are arguing with each other, and it's very telling who are the ones who are involved in this bust up. Is what I feel. I think that when you look at the players who started that game, the ones who played, I don't think anybody played well, but the ones who played better than the others, again, Scott McTominay went missing. And this is the problem with Scott McTominay. Every time he goes on international break, he plays his brains out. You can see him running down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. He loses the ball, he chases the ball back. He wants the ball upfield, he asks for the ball upfield, and people give him the ball. He's showing what Ten Hag always talks about: determination, some passion. But when a game then comes and plays with us, he is somebody we want to get rid of. How is Eric Ten Hag trusting him? This is the problem. We want to win titles, but we trusting players we want to get rid of. This guy didn't even get a sniff when we were losing 4-1, the other 3-1. He was on the bench, he didn't even start. And then now we at the Spurs, sorry. And then now when we have injuries, we're starting him because he had a good game against Scotland. And he's letting the coach down. We keep saying Scott McTominay is good, he's good, but then for the club, he plays like shit. Doesn't matter whether the coach gave him a role. If the coach gave you a role, yes, you play that role. That doesn't mean you cannot do extra. David Beckham also always had to play a role. But when he loses the ball, look how he chases the ball back. He'll run like crazy until he busts his lungs. Then only he'll slow down. He'll put a tackle in also at the end. If like even Casemiro now also loses the ball, he tracks back. So you are starting, you have Casemiro and Ericsson both in the team, and Ericsson shouldn't be playing anymore, in my opinion. I want to talk about him a bit later. Why aren't you running? Again, I see Scott McTominay hiding behind the defenders. He's positioning himself behind defenders, hiding because he doesn't want the ball. So of course he deserves to be shouted at, man.
But
Uh,
could it be that Ten Hag played him in a position that doesn't suit him?
no, he's been playing in position that doesn't suit him his whole life at Manchester United. He should have figured it out by now. And when you're called upon to play in this club and you are one of the most senior players playing here, you still cannot put in a shift. I didn't see any desire from him from that game. I didn't see any passion from him from that game, against Brighton. So what the shit, man? I honestly, after second half only, I saw him touch the ball once. I was thinking, where did fella went? He disappeared as usual. He disappears during games. You don't see him.
You see,
So
now
no,
that now you mentioned that he disappeared, but do you think it is fully his fault, or should Ten Hag be at fault too? Like I said just now in the previous show, last season Ten Hag was doing very good substitutions, and during halftime, if you feel the player is not suitable, he bring the players out. But this time around, he stick to him. So do you think
because
Ten
there's
Hag
nobody
have a?
else. No, no, I
I
think
mean,
there's nobody else to play
we have
that role.
Mabry in there. He
He
brought on
bring
Mabry.
he brought him in for
Correct.
Casemiro.
Yeah, but would he actually? You see, like Casemiro, he memang look flat the day. So been this whole season. But since McTominay is not effective, shouldn't he bring in Mabry in for McTominay instead?
I
Because
mean, maybe
Mabry have
came
the
in.
energy.
I mean, maybe came in eventually. So
But during halftime, because first half he was not
I
there,
mean,
like
if you want to go,
McTominay is not
I don't
there.
know. Jaman, if I'm ask
Mhm,
you whether you should have brought him in during halftime, I don't know lah.
mhm.
But as far as Scott McTominay's performance on the day, it was terrible. The guy is not going to stay in the club any longer. How can we play him and expect him to play his heart out? They've all fallen already. The club ethos of playing for the club and club first is gone already. These fellas all thinking about not getting themselves injured, so their next contract they can get big contracts already.
I think. Do you think that they're actually waiting for Kobe Mainu to come back and they can get rid of Scott McTominay? Because they
Mm.
say he just came back
I,
from injury. He's training with the
yeah,
first team now. I mean, maybe he's not fully ready to come straight back into action. You think if
yeah.
Kobe Mainu comes back, will he be totally taking over McTominay's position, and McTominay won't be able to see the
I think
first team ever again?
most likely if even Mason Mount doesn't play very well or Ericsson, sorry, not Mason Mount, Ericsson doesn't play very well because Ericsson looks terrible. He cannot track, he cannot chase down, he cannot defend. His lateral movement is so poor, so poor. Kobe is here to replace Ericsson, and if Scott McTominay for me is a non-factor anymore, you wanted to sell him.
Talking
The fellow
about
is not worth
yeah,
30 million. How the fuck did we not take the 30 million? He's not
I-
worth
I-
30 million,
as-
man.
exactly. And looking at that, right? I mean, we are looking at the same problem against Bayern that we have against Brighton, and it looks like we are not solving the problem at all. I think the Bayern second goal that day I was just mentioning, right? It looks exactly like how Brighton scored against us.
Hmm.
When they cross the ball in, they square the ball in. You notice
Hmm.
Casemiro is not there, McTominay is not there, Ericsson is not there. It was
I don't
open.
know, but why is everyone saying? That's why is everyone saying Reguilon is playing well? What the fuck is wrong with everybody?
He is like last time they say Luke Shaw. He's like the shiniest turd in
I
a
thought
pile
you
of
also
shit.
said he played well.
No, I didn't say he played well.
Oh, okay, okay.
It
So
wasn't me. I was
why
very
is
muted on regular because I
I
couldn't
don't
judge
think
him.
so at
I
all.
felt he
Look, man,
defended bad. Attacking, he
I,
gave a little bit of option, but defending, he's horrible.
he made he tracked one fella from I think Musiala or whatever. He tracked Musiala, I think, all the way from the Bayern defense to our attack. Oh, then everyone raving, oh, Reguilon. What is about his performance? Let's talk about Reguilon's performance. Reguilon is shit. Let me just
He
say
has
this.
not
Reguilon is shit.
proved to me that he is able to hold down the
Everyone
left
is
back
just saying
position
he's
for us.
good because he's like he played that one game and did that one fucking tackle. He's been crap in the past two games.
That's
The
how low
goals
our
against Brighton came
Mhm.
from his side first.
That's
The
how low our
pass,
standard has gone already.
ah,
That's how
came from
low
the
our
side, and
standard
then
have gone.
Bayern again, he came from the side. So the biggest problems now are the number of injuries that have been racked up,
Mhm.
right? And our guys who are unable to even like put proper shots in and can't even defend well, and it's an old tired ass midfield. How the fuck are we expected to win? Yeah, you can talk about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Look at this. I mean, okay, let's just look at it. I mean, let the numbers do the talking, lah. So let's just say tackles attempted. Is it Casemiro 9, Reguilon 5, Dalot 3? Look at our centre backs, man. Nothing.
Hmm.
Nothing. Interceptions. Okay, Martinez 2, Reguilon 2, Pelestri, Ganacho. Again, you see, Casemiro and Ericsson not doing much. Clearances. Lindelof is doing a lot. Blocks. Martinez, as usual. I mean, that's what is expected of him to do. Offside. Okay, this one no need to see.
Look at the
Fouls.
passes. Oh my god. They
Yep.
outpassed us by 50%.
Yep.
100%, sorry.
Yep. Look at that.
400, 600, almost, wow. We
Mhm.
didn't pass at all. They're passing all the fucking defense and in the middle there, all
Yeah.
empty. Okay, fine.
What I'm surprised is Lindelof is doing a lot of passing. The most, in fact, I don't know what the heck is going on. But look at Kim Min Jae, man. 106 passes. But look at entire Bayern team. How they actually controlled the game.
By the way, I thought Kim Min Jae was shit that
He wasn't.
day.
He wasn't.
If
He
I'm being
wasn't.
honest,
He wasn't
because
that good.
how do you let in how you let us let in 4 goals lah?
I think they
Kim Min
didn't
Jae,
even
Kim Min
get.
Jae, Kim Min
They
Jae.
didn't even get out of the first gear. I think Bayern was just taking it easy. You see, when they wanted to score, they just switch on the gear. They scored, and when they score, it's just like nothing. They just cut through us like nothing. And look at the touches, loss of
Region has not
possession.
been
They
playing
did a
regular
lot.
football, so I won't judge
Mhm,
him until there's 5 to 10 run of game.
mhm.
Yeah, in that five, if we give him the 5 to 10 matches to get the run of game, we will lose 7 matches out of the 10. That's why my concern. He's always being caught out of position, but I'm looking
Okay,
at the touches. But
look at Regulon. Okay, compared. Okay, now we have so-called. Now we have the three left back. If they say Shaw comes back, we have what I call Malasia coming back. Do you think where he will rank? Where do you think he will rank? Sorry, where do you think Regulon will rank among that three?
third choice,
Agreed.
Shaw first, Malaysia second, Region can be the third choice all day. I don't want him to play.
He doesn't.
I'm
I
not.
don't
I'm not
feel very
interested.
assured the way he play.
I got no
He's
love for
defending.
this.
Yeah,
Look, I got no
no
love for
love.
any lonely player coming in. You lonely player coming in, you need to do something a bit spectacular.
Mhm,
We've lost the matches he has played, so there's nothing really spectacular to see or for me to say. But I just wanted to
mhm.
put it there because I see some of us saying that he's good. I'm thinking you're. I mean, I don't know lah. I'm not saying your opinion's wrong, but I don't know how.
I think among because the whole team is playing like shit. That's the
Hmm.
thing. Even small things, it looks good. On small things, he looks good. So it doesn't
we
serve anything.
we're clutching a little straws in order to find some happiness about the team. But
Mhm,
no, there's no happiness. The only happiness there was, I think Rashford was sharing the ball a little bit more. And in fact, in all honesty, we actually were playing quite decent that game. I thought we were playing decent. They didn't have a proper shot on goal until that stupid fucking Onana, the useless piece of crap Onana, let
mhm.
in that simple goal. Now, following that, he came and apologized, and
He
apparently
owned up.
there's a
Mhm.
speech or whatever the fuck. There's a speech by Ten Hag, standing ovation, whatever, and then there's a fucking after Brighton, then after this one, he went in front of the TV and he said he wanted to apologize. Now let me say this lah, you playing football for so many years, you got your media training and all that. You kind of know what you have to do and what you don't have to do. Even
Mhm.
David De Gea also used to apologize. David De Gea, when he made mistakes last time, he also came in and apologized. That time was 18, 19, 20. He was very young,
Mhm.
but he knew he was a world class shot stopper. And then eventually, he became good. Now, we came and bought a goalkeeper that's supposed to be ready made, which means he can come in, he can fill in the gap. Fucking
Champions League finalists.
14, 15 goals we've let in so far. And he's making petty mistakes like this. So there is zero shots. I have seen zero shot stopping skills. Now, don't come to me with he made those few good saves. No, those are all standard for the par the course saves. What? Fella shoot in your near post, you touch. Someone shoot at your far post, you touch. A ball coming to your goal, you tip it over the post. Those are all standard save. I can't be expected to stand up and say, damn, I got a fucking world class goalkeeper when he just standard saves. When a guy is taking a speculative shot from outside the goalpost, and then you make a save, you saw it all the way. I'm supposed to say that's a good save. When I had one of the world's number one shot stopper, David De Gea, before this to watch for fucking 700 years he was playing. Well, how are we going to win titles with this goddamn stupid ass clown? He should
Okay,
cut that. He should cut that stupid goatee, man. It looks ridiculous.
if just say De Gea was in the team for the Bayern match, do you think there would be a difference?
Fuck no. Yes. Absolutely 1,000,000%. Number one, they won't be playing so fucking high. Number two, stupid shots like this won't go in. Come
And
on,
I mean,
man.
I don't know if you noticed, right?
Fuck, man.
Even in the last two games, Onana has been becoming like De Gea. No, we expected someone that's good with their feet to be coming up more. I remember the first few games he was coming up very far, but I don't know if you noticed recently, the fella is becoming like the here. He's just not going out anymore. There are times that he's supposed to rush out to block or at least close down on the striker when they're coming towards him. He didn't. And if you
Yeah.
notice that is becoming something of a concern. Suddenly, maybe there's like a pressure. I don't know what's going on with him, and this happens. So there's something very worrying. And I mean, and talking about that, do you think with the recent situation that happened to him, or his this fumble and all these things, do you think now the defense trusts him? Do you
I
think the
think
team trusts him?
I think the biggest problem for Onana is when he was signed and when he came to the club, he was super fucking arrogant. I tell you, I'm putting it out there. I think
Mhm.
Onana was damn bloody arrogant. First African, whatever, play for Manchester United. This that came from the Champions League final and lost to a very very good team and lost 1-0, so not too bad. Save penalties or whatever on the way to the final. He came super arrogant. He came, he thought he will be, the second coming. He thought he will be, taking charge of the defense and all this shit. And I think him, like many others who came before him, were very humbled by the Premier League. I think he has to realize now that his standard, the way he's playing now, at best, he's like it's like a mid-table team's goalkeeper. He's not elite. He's not elite. The Spurs fella is better than him. Even the guy Arsenal just bought, Raya, is better
Raya.
than him.
And we
Areola playing
were
for
actually
West
looking
Ham
for him,
also.
right?
So yeah, he's playing. He's
We
playing
were targeting him because
better than him. So I think he was very arrogant when he came in. When he came in, he was so lancy. And then now suddenly, like this kind of buta.com, highlight.com.my, and then he doesn't know where the fuck to put his face. So now, if he wants to go to he like before the Bayern game, they asked him about Harry Maguire again. He said, "Look, we are big boys. I'm a passionate player, and I spoke to him afterwards. We are friends now. He's my brother. We will be a big boys. We can move on. Okay, fine, good. After a fucking match like that, right? You're expecting the players to have your back. They will, because they're professionals. They got another game to play tomorrow, day after. They go training, they'll forget about it, they'll move on because it's a mistake. Coach just said a mistake, and I understand. It's fine. It's a mistake. We all make mistakes. How many more times are you going to make mistakes, bro? We're playing Burnley. We're going to let in 2 goals against Burnley. Yeah? We're letting 2 goals against Forest. I won't be surprised if we're letting 2 goals against fucking Burnley because we're so dysfunctional. So the defense is going to do what they have to do. But if they're trying to learn a new system with Onana at the back and he can't even put proper saves in, it doesn't instill any confidence in anyone.
do you think Ten Hag will stick with him?
100%.
Because if he's not performing, I mean, for me, I feel that if
They
Ten Hag
won't
is that
change.
disciplinarian, he should change.
So you want to punish him for the mistake for letting in the first goal?
I feel he should, to let him know that there's a standard to be met, and if you cannot meet the standard, out you go. That's how I think everybody should be treated now. Because the thing is, everyone, I feel like you say just now, he's arrogant. He thinks that he's above everything else. Maybe we should just one game, just one game, and see how it goes. Just like last time when Bartes made so many mistakes, Alex Ferguson just decided to just drop him for 1-2 games, put Roy Carroll to play. And then after that, he came back. He improved a little bit. Of course, he's still that eccentric goalkeeper, but he improved a little bit. It gives him that sense of I'm. It's not a free ride. Put like, okay, now we got that Turkish goalkeeper. I think he used to be the Turkish number 1 goalkeeper. Put him in.
Altay Blendir.
Challenge him. You are not here. Although yes, we bought you for 40 million. You're not here for a free ride.
I'm not mad at that.
Mm.
I'm not
Give
mad at that.
him, let him feel that. Let him feel. That will
Wouldn't
humble
mind.
him. I mean, I don't want him to lose the arrogance as well, because that gives you a little bit of that edge over other people, But you should not be over arrogant to the extent that you think that you are above anyone else. You think we should
I'm
do
not
that?
mad
You
at that.
think
I'm not mad
Eric
at that.
Ten Hag should do
I
that?
don't I don't think we should do it. I don't think he
Mhm,
okay. I don't think he will do it. I don't think we should do it, even though I'm not a Onana fan.
mhm,
Because this fucker needs to get his shit together right quick,
mhm,
like, because he's now number one. But I'm not mad if he rest him for the Burnley game. It's Burnley.
mhm.
Any other
Change a
thing?
little bit. Give it a little bit of a fresh start, a little bit. Let him know that you're not number one always.
Mm.
Give it a little kick
That
up the
I
butt,
mean,
lah.
if he does that, then he'll have the English players behind him. Because right now, I think the big faction in this fucking club is the English players versus the foreign players. So if he does that, he'll get back to them.
You think that's happening again?
100%. 100%. Yeah, Sancho,
And
Sancho unhappy with Anthony. Maguire probably unhappy with Lindelof. For me, Lindelof is just still not good enough. Like, I cannot. It's unhappy. Yeah.
and do you think that like now with Bruno being the captain, do you think that will shift the whole thing even more?
Because the English players all they want them out. We want Scott out. We want Maguire out. Fred got the fuck out. Shaw is injured, so he can't back up his friends. Aaron Bissaka is injured. Can't back up his friends. Um, Mount, holy shit, Mount's English, right? Yeah, I know. I thought it
On
was
his
Dutch.
English.
Mount is English. All the English players are crocked. So all of them, all of them, I'm
Actually,
sure they'll back
yeah.
up their mate to a certain extent, but at the same time, I don't think they not they are still available. Resign him. Hey, see, I'm down with that.
Yeah, man. Bring him back, man.
Yeah, so the factions is still there, 100%. I think starting
But
to show again.
they said that
And when
Real
you,
Betis is getting him, right? Yeah.
yeah, good for them, good for them. Yeah, so
Mhm.
when you talk about what's happening and maybe Ten Hag losing, he might be losing the players. Not only player, he still hasn't got his ideal set of players to play for him. I don't think Ericsson should be here next season. Casemiro said we signed 5 fucking years, so we did. We stuck with him. But
And we paid a
but
huge amount for him as well,
huge amount
as
of him as
usual.
well. And so Kobe mind the injuries just fucked us up, lah, dude. But at the same time, everyone has to deal with injuries, so you need to get over it. Mm.
So if you think that, just say like now, just say everybody comes back from their injury,
Mm.
do you think that will actually save our season? Or do you
Well,
think the
before
shit
that,
has been
before
too
that,
deep
need to
for
talk about
us?
Amrabat.
I don't think so. He's coming back, right? I don't think so. He mentioned that Amrabat is back yet.
He's not playing at Burnley.
Yeah, I think the press conference he said that on the team news he said what Harry Maguire will be seeing again after we will see again after training. Varane will train, Amrabat will
Varane, okay,
train.
yeah.
We will see and Mount as well, but they didn't play for short or longer term. Varane obviously was the shortest one out, so I don't think we're going to be seeing Amrabat, man,
Fuck.
that soon. And that is actually something that I'm very worried because they said it was a minor injury. He's been out for like more than 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, right. 3 weeks. Yeah. So I don't I don't know whether is it a minor injury or is it something a little bit more serious, or they were just taking precaution because he haven't been playing. So that
Because
gives me a lot of worry.
if we fucking start with Casemiro, Ericsson, Scott McTominay, and Bruno again, we're fucked against Burnley. I'm telling you. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's so bloody confident against Brighton, or we never lost at home.
Oh,
Got it
even
straight
with
up the
Wolves,
ass. Okay,
he
three
was
one
saying, "Oh,
Wolves
Wolves
also.
didn't have a new coach and
Yeah,
everything."
whatever. We are exploiting nothing. So um
Okay,
Mount is not back yet, right?
Mount is
Varane maybe.
maybe Maguire, maybe.
If Amrabat doesn't come back, I
They
mean
say he's
Amrabat is
training,
the
lah.
last. Amrabat
So
is
I'm
the
not sure if he's going to
last
start.
excuse. Fuck. Okay, what was the question again?
Okay, looking at the Bayern, let's go back to the Bayern game again. How do you think Palestri fared?
Good. I think Plastic gave Minje problems. He didn't have the final, but actually that first 20-25 minutes, I feel was doing well. The attacks, not a lot came from his
Against
side. He was playing
against
on the
against
left.
Alfonso Davies, right? He was playing
Didn't
against
come a lot
Alfonso
from
Davies.
him. Did not come a lot from that side. I thought he was doing quite well. I thought he was tracking back quite well. Only after that first goal went in, the other fellas were played more open, and then we couldn't track back because our defense is bad. I thought he played quite well. I was surprised that he started instead of Garnacho, but I knew with Rashford inside there, you had to start with Rashford without shadow of a doubt. Have to, even though he's stupid.
But do
Then
you want him to see him start more often?
Pelistri, yeah.
Mm. I have my answer. I want to hear yours first.
Actually, with the players we have, no. I think he with the League Cup coming right, we're playing Aston Villa and then Villa again.
Mhm.
League Cup play all. FA Cup also he can play the small teams. But right now, no. If guys like Anthony and Garnacho are free, yeah, Rashford is
You-
nailed in first 11.
Okay. I personally think he should start. He should be given a run of games. Simply because he's one of the few players I felt that we didn't really utilize properly, and he has been waiting for so long. He have that hunger, he have that drive. I want to see him start a little bit more because the way I see how he played for Uruguay, it is something that I want to see because if you have Hoyland in front, I think Pelestri can be a very good um, partner with him. Not as upfront, but because Pelestri is a very good crosser of a ball and he's quick. So I want to see that cross a little bit more. See, like against Bayern, right? When Rashford does that cut and he tried to cut back and pass, you notice how devastating Hoyland is when he's given that chance. Because for the
I won't
longest
say
time we didn't have that kind of
devastating.
player.
I won't say how can I say
Mm,
devastating? You score one goal.
mm. I mean, true, but how many chance was given to him? Not much. So I want to see a little bit more because you see, the last time we have someone like that in the team was Ronaldo and Cavani. And when these two are gone, we needed someone like that. And Hoyland is, I would say, physically he's slightly more bigger than two of that players. And we saw in the past few games he's been giving defenders a lot of trouble because of his physicality. And I think given a chance, he may be actually able to score more goals because he's always getting into the right position. He's always doing that very intelligent run, or what they call it, the strikers run. I think we should try. That will give us a different dimension in attack. And then maybe when Anthony comes back or Garnacho comes in, then we change the game a little bit to be a bit more fluid depending on the situation.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to compare him with Ronaldo and the other fella,
Not yet
who
lah.
is just so
Cavani.
far Cavani. I mean, I'm definitely not going down that road right now. I've only seen him play
Mhm.
2 games. The goal that day, so it was passed to him, and then he got a
Deflection.
deflected, and then he went in.
Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
So it's okay. So no lah, I don't see it lah. Um, the thing I like was, you see, like what you just said just now, is another reasons why Manchester United fans are getting a bit carried away. We don't never we have, when's the last time we had a proper number 9? 18 months ago, and then that number 9 was fucking Martial. Now you all know I love Martial. I think Martial's class, but he just can't be, he can't be fit. So you got one fellow who agrees with you on Pelistri here, like
Mhm.
Valencia, really, huh? Okay, interesting. Okay, so let me talk first. So um, I, how to say, like we have been trying to look at a team play with a false number 9 for almost 2 years. All our strikers before were either injured or we had Ronaldo there. And when Ronaldo's in the team, we are not playing football. I don't know what the fuck we're playing, man. We're just trying to feed somebody's ego and all that shit, right? Um, and then before that, we're playing Rashford. Before that, Cavani, and then Ogalo, and whoever the fuck else. Actually, it's been more than 18 months since we had a proper striker that we can play every freaking week. Play matches, be steady. At the end of the season, how many matches did he play? 45. That's good. Here we got every man. How many play? 20. Out of the 20, 15 were subbed out. So now finally we have Rasmus Højlund, 20 years old, big size, lot of height. Of course, you come to Manchester United, top dollar. So everyone is finally seeing us trying to feed the middle. Then the last time we fed the middle when Ronaldo was there, and even then we're putting crosses too early, this, that. But I bet you, if you go and watch the game, how we played when Ronaldo was there and how we played now, we played better back then. I put all my, I put it out now in public here for everyone to see. I bet every single cent in my bank account that you compare the football we played when Ronaldo was there and the football we're playing now, the football we played when
The
Ronaldo was
season
better.
when he came back.
Yeah, and he's
Mhm.
all the throughout his time here. Of
Mhm.
course, not when he was benched and didn't start that one, no. But when
Mhm.
he played, he's the best. If we played
During the second
way
coming,
better,
like,
way better football back
Mhm.
then than we're playing now. You don't know where the fuck the goals are going to come from now. So finally, you got Rasmus Højlund then playing up front. Everyone is like, getting carried away. We're getting too carried away. I haven't seen much. Nice to see that goal going trickling. Him holding that. Who was marking him? Minje lah.
Mm.
Minje was trying to hold him up. Rashford put that cross in. Rashford nice cross, whatever. But
Actually,
shoot at goal. Shoot at goal. Shoot at goal. Not
it's quite
fast.
interesting, because Minje was playing against him last season. Because both of them were in
Atlanta.
Serie A, yeah, Napoli and Atlanta.
But I
So
bet the games weren't as passionate as well now. You know what I mean? The full
yeah.
stadium and the hype. Now it's like, whoa. Hey, can I say one thing? Just sidetrack a bit. How
Mm.
fucking cool was it to watch us play Bayern that day, man? I was watching the game. I was like, wow. I was just thinking, so long didn't play Bayern. Like, I was thinking of the guys from the past when they're growing up. Stefan Effenberg. What's that Botak fella's
Mario
name? Shit.
Basler,
Mario Basler. I
uh,
wasn't thinking about him.
Karls Janke,
Salihab. Was that?
Karls
The
Janke,
Botak fella, right? Tall, skinny
Karls
fella.
Janke,
That one.
Karls
Salia
Janke,
Mizic.
Semi
Kafor.
Kufor, Oliver
Kafor.
Kahn,
And then the guys who came after him, you had
Lothar Matthäus,
Lam,
Philip Lahm,
Muller, Klinsmann,
Müller.
whoever, it's like so cool to play Bayern, man. Look at the stadium, beautiful, clean. Fans come out, the colors look so uniform. And we gave them a fucking run for the money, man. And fuck Bayern. It's the Germans. Screw them. We gave them a goddamn run for the money. We were playing well. Suddenly, team stepped up. I said maybe going to Europe will be a welcome change from the English thingy. It's nice. I see it was happening. It was 100 million% it was happening until that stupid Onana with his shit ass goatee fucked the whole mood up.
That
It really
first,
was.
yeah.
It really
I mean, the
was.
first 20 minutes we were playing quite well, actually.
So fun. I
We were playing
love
quite well.
watching. I was like, man, we're in Bayern, man. We won our first Champions League over here, man. I'm like, damn, look at the stadium. I don't remember it. That time I was so small. The
It was
camera angle
nicer.
from that finals was like, in the fucking
Yeah.
nosebleed section. What the fuck? We're watching it in Malaysia. Now they got it in the middle tier. So, you see the players in your screen bigger. Last time players were very small. I remember Beckham, Oli all very tiny. So cool, man. I thought we played lovely, but the just one dumb fuck, who thinks he's the king of the backline just fucking screws it up. I squarely on his. And Ten Hag defending him in the press conference, saying, it's the whole build up to that. I'll slap Ten Hag. Fuck off. I think at that part he should say, yeah, it was his fault. He should have been a bit more focused. No, it's not just him. It's everybody else. Why does it always have to be a collective mistake? That's what I'm saying. Like you said, maybe take him out for one game, right? I think what your meaning is, I think I don't know if you saw the post or not. He again bringing everybody into a mistake. He brings everyone into the mistake.
It's a
No one.
collective thing
He said, yeah,
as
because
a
he lost the
team.
ball. Look, I know he lost the ball. And then he ran past Ericsson very quickly. Fair enough. I think Bruno had the ball. Ericsson had the ball. He took it, ran past very quickly. Of course, they got Ericsson and Casemiro in midfield. They're tired as fuck. Their lateral movement is super slow. Not going to get there. He went to the defense. Defense tried to cut cover. But the shot went straight to Onana. It
And
wasn't
that is
even a fucking
supposed to
angle
be
shot. And
a
you should be
normal,
saving that.
safe shot. Yeah.
Easy save. You should be doing an easy fucking save there. And he didn't.
And I have to say that,
And he's blaming everyone.
I will give you one star for this one, because I remember when we signed Onana, you said this. He is going to screw things up. And
I've been proven right. I've been proven right from the start.
one star for you.
Not
One star.
wavered at all since the beginning, saying that Onana is going to fuck us up. Happen.
I don't feel safe seeing him there, to be honest. Remember I told you last season, right, when we see the defense with Martinez, Varane, the time was Wan-Bissaka and Shaw with De Gea at the back. I remember I told you, I feel very comfortable. I don't feel nervous. But now with Onana, that feeling is coming back again. It's like, are we going to let in another goal? You know, that feeling, it doesn't give you that assurance anymore. So I have to agree with you on that. Onana doesn't give me assurance. I don't know whether is the shirt too big for him or not, the badge too heavy for him.
I just don't think he's a good goalkeeper. Straight up.
They keep saying, oh, he made a save. Even I can make that save, man. Even I can make that save, man.
Oh, man. You man, fuck Onana lah. Onana, he's game against Burnley. You think we're gonna get a clean sheet? It'll be a miracle. If you get a clean sheet and score only one goal, that's a bad performance. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I got
Burnley and
no
you have like the Vincent
face.
Company there. He's gonna
Yeah, I got
pull
no
out that
faith.
whole. He's gonna pull out the whole Man City thing and do against us.
Yeah, so I think um better Pelistri, I'm sure he can supply the thing and all that, but I don't know what kind of formation he wants to play these kids in. I think right now, looking at it, he needs to really beef up that midfield properly, like get someone who can properly run and cover those gaps and be
You
able to
think he will
give
do it?
passes. But if Mount, I was thinking of Mount when I was saying that, so
Mhm.
I'm thinking hopefully when Mount comes back or Amrabat comes back, someone does that lah. Because right now it's just not
But
there. lah.
but Burnley hasn't been having a good run as
They
well.
haven't scored one
So
goal.
yep, I mean they scored.
Uh, They
Wait,
scored one goal.
they scored.
Oh, they haven't they
They,
scored one goal, right?
they haven't win lah. They scored.
Haven't
No, they
won.
scored. Actually, they scored four. They scored four. They scored
I'm
four.
just I'm just bullshitting.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
true.
kidding. Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, we are not doing that well as well. We
Yeah, I
only let in
mean,
two
get
goals
out.
lesser than them.
Yeah, get the fuck out, man. Any of you have Onana in your FPL, you're clowns, lah. Take that motherfucker out, lah. Okay, don't put somebody else. Go and invest in somebody else.
Maybe he can
Um,
give you an assist lah.
yeah, speaking about all these players who came in
Uh,
to the club,
Keys Voss, man.
Keith Voss, you go lah. You talk. What's the thing?
Okay, so this one, a lot people were saying that he Ten Hag actually uses his agency to do all the dealings, the transfer dealings, and things like that. Keys Balls actually came in and helped in terms of getting Amrabat to come in as well. And the last I saw, one of the article, they were saying that Amrabat is going to be joining his agency, because before that he was I think his the other, there was that guy Mahudi or something like that was representing him. Now they want to get him into this agency, and what I see very interesting about this Keys Boss is from this SEG. And
Yeah, SEG.
do you know who is the other manager that's under SEG?
Mourinho.
Guardiola. Mourinho is with
Yeah.
George Mendes. So Pep Guardiola is actually the other big manager that's in like this team, and it's interesting that we actually only have one player that's from this agency, and that's Hoyland. Their biggest player is actually Gakpo, and after that, I don't see any other bigger names here. What's that guy? Sergio Gomez, the City defender, and what team is this? Girona. Victor Sigankov from Girona. I mean, I don't know, it's a Ukrainian players, but
Yeah.
they don't have any big names inside here, actually, to be honest.
So okay, it doesn't matter. What's the issue here?
So the thing is, I mean, I don't see any issue why people are complaining that they have what you call Ten Hag have this guy in to help the club to do some dealings and transfer dealings, because if you look at it like Wolves, they have George Mendes coming in to do all the dealings as well. And if you look at it another way, the agency knows the manager's style of play, and the agency knows the players that they have under them. They would most likely want to bring players that they know that can match with this manager as well. So what better players they can get is they get from people under their own agency, or players that they know very well that can fit Ten Hag's style. And they've been talking very closely with Ten Hag. And if the club can't do it, might as well you get the agency to help. And it's nothing new, because a lot of clubs also use agencies to help do scouting. They basically outsource the scouting, they outsource the transfer dealings to agencies as well. Or even like for example, my company also, we do our own hiring, our own scouting for people, headhunting. At the same time, we also what I call give out to the agencies to help her to do some scouting and also some recruitment as well. So I don't see it as anything peculiar, because they work with Ten Hag. Ten Hag knows what they can give. So no issues there, to be honest. I don't know why people are making so much of an issue. I don't know why the staff are making so much of an issue, because if the executive can't do anything, might as well you get the agency to help.
I think the problem was something like this happened in the past when Mino Raiola came in. So Mino
Hmm.
Raiola came in, all his players that we paid him were always exorbitant amounts, like Paul Pogba, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And how did that end? Absolutely poorly, unbelievably terribly that ended. Zlatan, we shouldn't be getting all these players in their mid or late 30s to come and play for United. No, they just stopgap measures and it's nothing for long term. So I wasn't happy with that. Mkhitaryan didn't work out. Again, we paid top dollar. The other fellow was the one I said, Pogba. Oh my
Hmm.
God. Let's not even
That's
go
the
there.
worst,
La.
lah.
The
Hmm.
worst. So they're saying stuff like that happened before in the past. So now if it's happening again, what you said just now is good, but it's also very, very bad. If agent of the manager is coming in, and then of course the manager is the main guy in the club, and
Hmm.
then now all the transfer money, all the agents fees one guy is going to get just because it's easy to work with him and the manager. Well, Ten Hag likes to go to the matrix. Ten Hag is a matrix guy. So the moment he opens up the matrix and say, "Hey, the matrix says, according to the numbers, today we cannot play Rasmus Højlund for more than 65 minutes," Ten Hag tends to believe the matrix, and then he'll bring him out. Hey, I don't see him go a lot with heart. Except the first season, I felt there was some heart there, although there's some numbers because 60 minutes immediately changed, 61, 62 immediately changed. This season, Tata, what the fuck going on? So but the problem with that happening is because even Rasmus Højlund's contract went through this guy,
Hmm.
Amrabat, and whoever the fuck else went through this guy. If all we're going, no, there's a problem here. Why all the players just coming from one agency? Why other agencies don't have good player? You don't want to deal with them just because it's easy and this guy represents you. That's fucked up. I don't want my club to be limited to one fucking idiot clown's stable of players. I want Manchester United to be open to every stable. And this goes back to the thing that Todd Bowley, Dallas Cowboys owner, said, Dallas Cowboys, a London Cowboys owner said way back when he first bought the club. Todd Bowley, the idiot, said that it's very difficult to deal in football, especially English football and world football, sorry, because all the good players are just being managed by a handful of agents. Now, if you want to get those players, you must deal with those agents, and there's no mitigator, meaning they can charge you almost whatever amount they want. He said in that interview, which is live on everywhere, that it's very difficult to deal with them. It's almost like a mafia. It's almost like a organized crime. Okay,
Cartel.
he didn't say that on stage, but he's
Hmm.
implying it's like an organized crime unit where you want your player lah. First you pay 80 million for his transfer fee, but you have to give me 30 million as well. Are you crazy? The fellow's not going to kick a single ball. So it was very difficult for him to get players. That's why he didn't get player immediately when he came in. Only he's buying like crazy. So now with this news coming out, where a coach's agent is having so much power, alarm bells are ringing for me. Alarm bells are ringing for him because now I'm asking. You mean there are some good players outside there, or whatever? You all didn't even look at just because this fucker is your manager, is your agent. So what if there was a difficult trade there that needed to be done, but with an agent you didn't like? Maybe last time you represented a club, okay, and that club wanted a player from this agent. He said yes. Last minute he said no. Similar to what Darwin Nunez agent did. He promised he'll come to us. Last minute, he made a bidding war. He tried to raise the price from 70 to 100, and then in the end, Liverpool paid for Darwin. They paid the big sum. So if you only have one agent in the club and he's the fucking manager's agent and all this, no wonder there are alarm bells. No wonder people are worried. I'm worried too.
But do you think whose problem is it that caused this to happen?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Do you think it's like, could it be because our own director of football, our own CEO could not do the job that caused this to happen?
Do what job, bro?
Scouting, getting the right players. Like you said, it's not the first season. We didn't see much. Could it be that issue? Because that Ten Hag said, I want this player, but you can't give me. Okay, fine. I get someone who can do the job for me. Because
No, no,
everyone.
no, no,
Mm,
no. Come on. Come on, man. This is an agent, bro. He's not a scout.
mhm.
He's an
No, but the
agent.
thing is, they no the this agency, one of their services is also scouting. Like I said, they
No, but he
outsource the
he
scouting.
he is here to do the deals. He's not here to scout for the club.
Hmm.
Voss is here
He's sort of
to
like
do
the middle person, lah.
middle person, join from CAA. No, what I gather is Voss is here to do the deals between the players. Murtaugh, Arnold, all these clowns, they are supposed to, listen to the coach, ask him who he wants. They
Mm-hmm.
have to see whether the finances make sense. They have to see
Mm-hmm.
what kind of relationship they have with that club, and then they need to approach that player's agent, talk a little bit, see whether they want. Voss got nothing to do with that. Voss doesn't represent
No,
a
that's why I'm
player
saying, like,
in his table.
that's the
So
thing. Is that the reason why suddenly Ten Hag want to use this Voss fella? Or how did this Voss fella came in the picture in the first place? Because most probably someone allowed it to happen. If
allow
not,
what
he
to
wouldn't
happen.
allow him to come in and do the deals.
But he's
Correct or
the
not?
the man. He's the manager's agent, bro.
He's the
And he
manager's
represents
agent.
Amrabat and Hoyland. So of course he'll be the one doing the deal.
Exactly. Like I said, but other players, like you say, no, like he's representing and do other deals. What do you mean by that?
What are you talking about, bro? I don't know what the fuck you're asking me, man.
No, you see, like just now you said Voss is here to help to do other deals as well.
No, I didn't say that.
Hmm?
Voss here to do other deals? When did I say that?
With his own agency, like, is it? You're talking about his own agency, his own players?
Yeah. He can't represent players that are not under him.
Okay, sorry, then I misunderstood the whole thing.
You see, let me
My
put it
bad,
this
my
way.
bad.
Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh work for Manchester United. So
Mm-hmm.
they will have to work with the manager which players want to bring in. But they also have other job, which is to go and scout the players, check out his background, check out his social media, and all that stuff, which I suppose they're not doing well. Because look at
Mm-hmm.
what happened to Anthony. Apparently the report was made a few months before they bought him. So if that kind of situation is, yes, it's their fault, Arnold and Motor. But as far as Voss going, what I'm trying to say is, if all the players coming into the club only coming from one fella, that's fucked up. We must get the best players in the world. Now, he doesn't represent all the best players in the world. So if you're saying because it's difficult to do a deal there, we don't do a deal there, we just do with him, that's the problem. We are not telling boss, go and scout that guy there if you want to look at him. That's the Manchester United flow. Go Arnold, Mota, and whoever the fuck else in the team. Voss has his own agency, which players will come or go. They'll try and poach here and there, and then they say, okay, these are some players there. If you want to look at them, manager will say, maybe who are the best? Okay, these are the best in my team. Like you say, Gakpo, but Gakpo didn't want to come here and there, right? So who are the rest you have? Okay, here. Not enough, but never mind lah. Even though they're not good enough, I'll still stick with them. That's the problem. That's what they're worried about. So I don't want that. I
So
want us to
everything
be
coming
open to
just
get
from one
everybody.
agency. We are
That's the
limiting
problem. I
ourselves
think
to
that's
one
what they're
agency.
implying. Because last time also all the players came in, Mkhitaryan, Zlatan,
All the
and
Raiola people.
Pogba, Raiola. That's the point. So I don't think it's the scouting team's fault. If at all this is a problem, which I feel it is, if you're not getting the players he doesn't represent, it's bad way. That means Eric Ten Hag Eric Ten Hag being Harry Redknapp are here, making some side money from deals.
What
Or
was the
Sam
other guy's name?
Allardyce. Sam
Sam
Allardyce, what a
Allardyce.
fucking embarrassment.
My God, man, that was bad.
Became manager for 3 months and then he got kicked out because he made shady deals. Fucking pariah shit. So yeah, this is where we at with Keith Voss, man. I'm a bit concerned about this. Reading news like these erodes my confidence in Ten Hag because I feel there's something shady going on.
Do you think he will last the season?
Oh, Ten Hag. Fuck.
After all the promise, all that talk about, system control, discipline. I don't know. I don't see. I now that you mentioned,
I hope
all
they
this,
don't lah. I hope they don't lah. I think 2 years cannot sack. I think if he finish 10, 11 place, the club will be sold and he will stay. If not, no, I think he will stay because 2 years only. He
do you
signed
think if
4+1, I think, or 3+1.
now that the club is in such a situation, our share prices are still dropping, and possibly if just say we have a sale, do you think Ten Hag will still be around? Now that Nagelsmann is around, is free.
No, Nagelsmann just got into Germany already.
Germany. Oh, he got
Today. This morning he went into Germany. No, he will stay.
Interim, right? I think it's like a interim, right? I remember I was saying, yeah.
Interim was the assistant coach with a weird name. Nagelsmann is in now. Yeah, so no.
Okay.
No, I don't think they'll sack him after this year. I think even if we finish 10, 11 plays, with the amount of money they invested in the players that he wanted, they will definitely have to give him the full third year because I think it's 3+1. Sorry, not 4+1. So he has 3 years to kind of turn this club around. He hasn't gotten the players he wanted. Let's see how he does. He will
Okay.
stay.
Okay.
I want us to finish 10, 11 place so we can sell the club. So someone buys the
Yep.
fucking club. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should. I mean, we should something. Let's say a hard reset. Okay, let's look at the
Mm.
Burnley game. Let's look at the Burnley game before we wrap things up. How do you think we will play out, man? What kind of formation do you think we will be playing?
I think he's going back to the wingers. I think the 4-4-2 thing didn't work because the guys have no legs. I think Reguilon he cannot trust in the left back because he's not defending well. Right back also now cannot trust because Aaron Bissaka is not there. So I think the
Mm-hmm.
diamond formation has gone tits up. I think he'll go back to 4-2-3-1. I think he might play Rashford, Garnacho, Pellistri on the wing to try and get the team to try and score as many goals or create as many chances as they can.
Mm-hmm.
I, for one, would like to see maybe Casemiro get a break and somebody else start in his stead. Number one will be Amrabat, but I don't think Amrabat will be there. So whoever the fuck else is free, I hope they start there instead of Casemiro against the game in Burnley.
I think
Just
he's
let the
gonna
guy
start.
have a break. Just
I think he's gonna start
who?
Casemiro.
Casemiro, yeah, most likely.
There's
So
nobody else.
so I would like, preferably I would like him to take a break. Eriksen also I don't want. I want to see a young midfield that can run around a lot because Burnley is not that strong. You should the defense shouldn't be heavily burdened. So if you can get a lot of play, a lot of touches, a lot of passes in midfield, if Bruno can get the youngsters in, Burnley game is almost a must-win game. It is a must-win game. Actually, to be honest with you, we can't lose against Burnley. So I
But
think he'll switch to
mm,
4-2-3-1 to get the goals.
and I think Reguilon will be starting on the left back as well again. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
our
100%.
our fullback is
Yeah,
going to be the
100%.
same. There's no choice.
And Dalo,
Not,
yeah, no
yeah.
change.
I think even our back four won't change because I don't
It was,
see.
but Varane
Yeah,
not in.
Varane
Varane's
is
not in.
training, but I don't know. I don't know whether he can start or not. Maybe he can
Okay.
come in, or maybe he start. He'll play half,
Holy shit.
just half the game. I don't know because the thing is,
Right.
you see, he wasn't very clear about whether Varane will be starting. He said he trained. He didn't say that. Training looks good. Every time he would say training looks good. I think he could be ready. But this one he said they train. They train this
I
week.
want Amrabat more.
Yeah,
I'm
Amrabat.
so waiting for this boy to start.
I think if just say he managed to do well in the training, we may see him make his debut against Burnley, maybe in the second half, lah. Not starting, maybe in the second half. And
But
I think on
Ten
the
Hag should put some youth because, like Matthew just said, all the
who can we
30-year-olds in the
play?
midfield. Put
Who
the
can we
youth
play?
in the. Who can we play? You got Garnacho, Pellistri, you got Mabry.
I mean,
He
in the
took
center,
Forner. What's the boy's name?
Forsen.
Forsen is by the way, Forsen registered as a forward, but he's actually a winger.
Huh.
You know what I mean? So Mason Mount is not back yet, right?
No, he's
Mason Mount
training lah. They say he's training lah.
training also. So then put Mabry in there.
Let's see.
Maybe in there. If you have to start maybe in Casemiro 4-2-3-1, you can put the 4-2 there. You can put Bruno at the back. You can put another one of the players in front as a attacking striker. Why not?
Let me just read this. Mason Mount and Rafael Varane returned to the group session on Tuesday, but they were not included in the 21-man squad for the flight. So Varane won't be starting. Mount won't be starting.
So that means the kiddies. Time for the kiddies to step up. If you want the ball in the front more, start Garnacho and Pellistri at the same time. If you don't know, choose either or. Easy. You want to do 4-4-2? Put the two boys on the wing, right? Put Pellistri, Garnacho on the wing. Let Bruno play deep. And put Rashford Asa and play the traditional 4-4-2, not diamond.
And
why don't
put
you
in
try?
Mabry, man. Put Mabry there. The rest either Eriksen or Casemiro. I think
so let Bruno move up more. Let Mabry cover the back. Just tell him not to get a card in the first half. That's the key. With Mabry is always the key, bro. Defend properly, try not to get a card in the first half. That's it. Easy. He will do his job, I feel. So I want to see some players rested. I want to see the kids. I want to see like 766 touches just now for fucking Bayern for us also. Not 500. Why the fuck you playing 500 touches, man? The old game used to be 800 with Rio and Vidic and all that.
We were trying
some
to
games it's 450 and we scored 3 goals.
And we were trying to play possession football.
Football,
this is what we
you watch how Scholes used to move around in the midfield, pass, run back, pass, move in the slot. Scott never does any of that. He pass, move back, he'll stay in that fucking pocket. When our opponents move into the space, he's behind them. And then I'm just watching a clip of Scholes on his birthday yesterday. So they brought out 29 years ago. He signed for us. I'm looking at his play. Next level, man. People
Next
are
level.
pressuring us in the fucking D box. They're pressuring the D box. He passed it to Rio, move back. Rio passed to
So
whoever in the
calm,
midfield.
calm
One
and so
touch.
silky, man.
And he's
Silky.
non-stop moving. Non-stop moving. Here you can see Lindelof second half, and he's playing more in the midfield and we're down, not running back. Scott McTominay being the ghost man. The other for Casemiro getting tired of getting
I don't understand because like you see, like not
sloppy.
they say that Ten Hag wants to play that high intensity, high game, but I don't see it at all.
They all need to be fit first, lah, and not injured. Then only they think it will work. So play the traditional 4-4-2 tomorrow. The fucking kids, man, let the old man rest, man. The fuck.
What do you think the scoreline will be, man?
We're playing away, right?
Hmm.
3-1. I think tomorrow will be 3-1. I think if he starts with Amrabat to tomorrow, Amrabat not on the flight. No, Rafael Varane and Mount not on the flight.
Mount.
If he starts with Amrabat tomorrow, I think it might be 3-1. I think they'll still get a goal or 3-0. If the other fellas start. I don't know.
Who do you think will be scoring?
I don't know who's starting, dude. Can you even tell who the fuck's starting?
I want to see Højlund score.
I want to see that. Yeah, correct. I was going to say that. I'd like to see Rasmus get a goal just to get his feet there, but I don't know where the fuck the goals are coming from, man. Could be fucking own goals and so forth, the way he's playing. I don't know where the fuck, man. It's such a... You wake up, want to see some good news, but every time it's still the same fucking shit, man. And I don't like Ten Hag saying that we score 3 goals in Bayern should come with a draw. No. I disagree.
I realize he's been doing that quite often, which is
he's looking for excuses.
I don't like it, yep.
The number one thing Ten Hag should do is stop making it a collective problem when one person makes a mistake. Okay, point that one fella out and tell him to fucking buck up. Don't put everyone in. I wouldn't like you to include me in also and say I defended well. What? He's the dumb fuck who let the goal in. Why are you bringing me in also? So Ten Hag needs to fucking fix himself with that shit, man. It's not going to work much longer. It's already fucking up the team, really.
But the bad news is that we were playing at what time? 3 a.m.
3 a.m. for us. For them, it's
yeah,
okay. It's in the evening.
Evening.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the evening, so it should be nice and
I don't think so. I'll be able to.
So okay, guys. Already more than 1 minute, 1 hour. That's good shit, man. Thank you all for tuning in, man. This I don't know what to say, guys. It's like every week you come here thinking we can talk about maybe formations and who's going to be a top scorer and
be happy.
who played well. Cannot really say anybody played well at this point. It's still the same problems. Whether or not these guys look fit or not fit, like guys like our now midfield, like Casemiro and Eriksen, it still doesn't feel like we're there. It's a lot of problems, guys. Like other coaches seem to have confidence in us being able to turn it around. I personally don't see it happening so soon. So let me know what you all think in the comments. Again, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. And let's wish each other luck and count our blessings tomorrow. Hopefully, we get even a 1-0 win.
Let's have a good Sunday. That's what we have, a good Sunday.
Because it's a fucking, clean sheet. Until next time, Jay, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks,
guys, peace out, guys. Remember, like and share.